The Greek singer-songwriter Dionysis Savvopoulos passed away on 21 October 2025 inches Athens, Greece. Cause of death. He died following a prolonged battle with cancer. Specifically, he was diagnosed with lung cancer around mid-2020. At one point, he had surgery to remove half of a lung and then underwent further treatments. In the heart of Greece, where poetry meets music and rebellion meets art, one man became the voice of a generation. His name, Dionysis Savvopoulos, a singer, poet, philosopher, and cultural icon who shaped Greek music for over 6 decades. This is the story of the man who dared to sing when others stayed silent and left behind a legacy that will echo through Greek history forever. Dionysis Savvopoulos was born on the 2nd of December 1944 in Thessaloniki, Greece during the final year of World War II. His father was a lawyer, his mother a devoted homemaker. Even as a young boy, Dionysus was captivated by words, poetry, and melody. He studied law at the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki, but deep down, his heart belonged to music and art, not the courtroom. In the early 1960s, he dropped out of law school and moved to Athens, seeking a life on stage. What awaited him there was both struggle and destiny. The Athens of the 1960s was buzzing with cultural change. Greek artists were blending traditional sounds with new influences from America and Europe. Savvopoulos entered the music scene with a guitar, a notebook full of lyrics, and a rebellious heart. In 1966, he released his first album, Fortigo, The Truck. It was raw, poetic, and revolutionary. His lyrics spoke about ordinary people, dreams, and the struggles of Greek society. He became the voice of the youth, a Greek Bob Dylan. Then came the dark years, the Greek military junta, 1967, 1974. Censorship, fear, and exile dominated public life. But Savvopoulos didn't stop singing. He transformed his lyrics into symbols of resistance, using metaphor and allegory to bypass censorship. Songs from albums like Tu Perivoli Tu Trelu, The Madman's Garden, 1969, and Romiko Psomi, Dirty Bread, 1972 times became underground anthems. He was arrested briefly for his political lyrics, but his voice couldn't be silenced. For millions, Savvopoulos became not just a musician but a symbol of artistic freedom. He hosted television and stage productions, combining poetry, theater, and music, an artistic renaissance of Greek culture. Savvopoulos became a respected intellectual figure, often speaking about politics, art, and the soul of Greece. Behind the fame, Savvopoulos lived a humble, grounded life. He married Aspasia Arapadou, his lifelong partner, and together they built a warm family rooted in art and kindness. They have 2 sons, Dimitris and Romulos, both of whom pursued artistic and academic careers. Friends describe Dionysus as quiet, spiritual, and philosophical, a man who found inspiration in everyday life, and who believed that music was a path to truth. Though never motivated by money, Savvopoulos built a successful career. At the time of his passing, his estimated net worth was around $5, $6 million USD, earned through decades of concerts, albums, and TV productions. He lived in a traditional yet elegant house in Athens, filled with books, instruments, and memories. But his true wealth was his legacy, the countless artists he inspired, the freedom he defended, and the poetry he left behind. In the 2022, Savvopoulos faced one of his greatest battles, cancer. He was diagnosed with lung cancer, underwent surgery, and continued to perform whenever he could. Even in illness, he remained creative, giving interviews about resilience, mortality, and gratitude. On the 21st of October 2025, Dionysis Savvopoulos passed away in Athens at the age of 80. Greece mourned as one artists, fans, and politicians all paying tribute to a man who shaped their culture. Dionysis Savvopoulos was more than a singer. He was a mirror of Greece, reflecting its pain, its humor, and its eternal hope. From Thessaloniki to Athens, from rebellion to reflection, his journey reminds us that art can change the world. He once said, "is greater than I sing because silence is not an option." And so, even in death, his voice lives on in every street, every heart, and every song that dares to dream. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe with the bell icon.